Well, I was in the middle of saying I would like to see what Hayden Hurst does, the tight end that went to Baltimore with Lamar Jackson. I guess maybe I'll have to check. This game has seemed to have gone much faster than the one that I did yesterday. I don't know if it's just because I'm more restricted on the PlayStation and I have more issues editing. If this is going to become an every episode thing, I will start putting them on the computer and trimming them down a little bit for everybody so they're not so long. I know sometimes it's hard to find this much time to watch these, because this one looks like it's gonna wind up being about the same time as the first episode, and that was about an hour and a half. That's a long time for one game when if you're looking at direct competition with Hurricane, and he gets most of his games in the 20 to 40 minute range. That's basically 2 games for him on the long end and 3 or 4 on the short end. So if this is going to become a problem, I'll have to find a way to fix it. Anyone who's done much capturing on the PS3 and looked at the menu, you're very limited in what you can do, unless I'm just missing it personally. But I spent about 20 minutes messing with it yesterday before I posted the first piece of the first game that I played, and I didn't really see any way to cut significant time out, which is something that I would like to do. You know, like I said, I completely understand that not everyone has enough time to just commit to watching things this long, and I completely understand. So that is something that we might have to look at fixing. It could also just be that I kind of let it get away from me and I wasn't managing the clock as well as I could have been. Things like that. Well, it seems like managing the clock pretty well otherwise. I don't know. I guess I just got caught not paying attention. I mean, to me, this game seemed to have gone quite quickly. I guess my perception of time and time's actual flow are a little different today. That must be because it's so early in the morning and I'm still quite tired, honestly. Which, I'm sure is normal at this point for a lot of people, but it does kind of create a fog in your head once in a while. I was wondering, while I'm thinking about it, any potential viewers beyond maybe rebuilding the Giants. It will be the same as Hurricanes Bears formula. That's why I'm using these sliders. So I will be playing the games. I might look at kind of a hands-off rebuild as well. I'm not sure. If people are interested in that. I'm also definitely open to any suggestions people might have on content. I want to make this channel as interesting as I can to people. Another injury to deal with. Though, still winning, so can't say too much about the injuries. Oh, I think I waited just a second too long to hit the speed burst right there. Because I'm not sure if there was anyone left to stop Barkley if I got him through the hole. But I think I waited just a moment too long to try and get him through there. As we go, and as I call to run more, I do have to give Detroit credit, though. They are getting in a better position to defend many of these calls, so that's also making it a bit more difficult. I don't know if it has improved, but little personal rant here for the moment. That is definitely something I would like to see improved as well. A lot of the times, if you wait just a millisecond too long, pushing X for the handoff on read option plays won't work, and it's, at least for me, a lot of the time it is really hard to get the timing down because it's so fine. There are plenty of times it feels like if you do the play twice, play A and B, you'll wait a second half on both to hit X to hand the ball off. One play it'll work and the other play it won't. I don't know if that's just a personal misconception and how much time is actually passing, or if there's something else that's going on, but that is definitely something that I would like to see become a bit more fluid and easy, because I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've been put in a ton of trouble in big situations on college because the read option didn't work the way that I needed, and this read option feels very similar to 14. Maybe just a little bit more fluid because of the overall system improvements that would have happened in, what, 5 years? But other than that, you know, it's very similar, thing, and it's very frustrating when you go to do it and it doesn't work, and you really need it to work, like I did right there, or when the little mini rant got started. Ooh, nice shoestring tackle. It's okay though. I don't mind running a little more time off the clock. Okay, not the way I wanted to run that more time off the clock, but it's alright. Go for slants on third down here, see if I can get us in the end zone. Nope. Have to settle for our third field goal of the game if we make it. Fourth attempt overall. And after the miss last week at the end of regulation, that was just for me kind of not being a friendly guy. I'll not be mean again, but Well, 5 field goals in 2 games. That's not too bad.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Overall, I have to say this offense is outperforming my expectations. I can only hope for this kind of performance on 19. I don't know what I'll be running into exactly, but I'll just have to hope that I get something similar to this, because it's actually a very smooth offense. It's very easy to run it, really. I think my biggest problem so far is just I'll have to cut down on the mistake throws that I'm making. I am forcing the ball once in a while, and I've paid for it this game with an interception. Surprised it's only one. I've thrown a couple that could have been picked pretty easily.
So far, it feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Back in the return.
Oh boy. Get to the outside. Get to the outside. Ah.
A terrific return.
I was gonna say, got a little distracted there. I think once I get a little better at not pushing the ball downfield as hard, and forcing some of these throws, this offense will get even more potent than it is, and it has been playing like a very, very potent offense so far, which I do like. It's very nice to see that no matter what they do, they are having trouble controlling us. There we go. I think I might have hit the speed burst a bit too early. Though I'm not sure how many yards that really lost me right there. It was very hard to get what I got, so I don't know if the perfect speed boost would have corrected it that much. Well, tackle battle. There we go.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Now we're just trying to find a good way to kind of end the game, wind it down. We want to keep ourselves on the field. Want to be safe. Want to keep hold of the ball, everything like that. That was not a good run. Wow.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know the offense
I apologize for that.
They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Play clock winding down. They'll set up a throw.
He's gonna be brought down here in that is not good. It's gonna put us in probably 62-yard territory there. Since I couldn't make a 60-yarder earlier, probably not ideal to try a 62-yarder.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away.
Which still ends up being too long. Yikes.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
Okay,
Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like
now we've got time to work on ending this game. I have to say, again, I'm curious as to why this team is rated so low. I think they went up to a 78, but my question definitely still remains. With a defense in the mid-80s rating, and then at least last I knew my offense also was better than my overall team rating. Is it just the fact that I don't have enough depth, or what? But this is at least a team that seems to be outplaying the rating. It's going to be a 2-0 start against Dallas, and then Detroit. Even though Detroit may not look like the greatest team, with Stafford under center, they seem to always be able to make it a game, no matter who they're against. So, definitely happy to be able to come out of here with a win. Not sure who we're against next week. I haven't looked yet. But as early as I'm getting this episode posted, week 3 may or may not go up today. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know exactly when I'll decide whether or not I'm going to put it up either. I am honestly quite surprised that that worked. That kind of had the makings of a back of the end zone touchdown right there to me. But I will definitely accept it with no complaint. Happily take the chance to control it. Now it's all about just kind of running the clock out. Does not look like they're going to attempt to stop. So just trying to get some more work out of my players here. Wind down. Game over once again. Well, I'm glad I recovered it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm skeptical on whether or not that was a fumble. I think it's a good thing it's too late for me to challenge. I don't know if I could avoid the temptation, because I'm very skeptical on the idea of that actually being a fumble. Looks like this will be the last play of the game. And a nice little 2-yard rush, probably. Nope, 1 yard. Well, that is a 17-point victory with a pretty strong outing from Lamar Jackson. I completely expected to run a lower completion percentage. He actually had a pretty nice one the first week, but I wouldn't have been surprised if it needed borrowed in the second one. Yeah, again, well, no, I guess the overall is better than the actual offense this time. Oh, whoops. Not mean to do that. Don't know who I bought what for, but, I seem to have gotten it done. Next week is the Eagles, so can we start 3-0 playing both the Cowboys and the Super Bowl champion Eagles in the first 3 weeks? Now, we get our first week of scouting. Let's go in here real quick. So, biggest needs on offense is the offensive line. Defense, it's the linebacking core. Probably use a kicker and a punter. We don't have a first or second round pick unless I am able to trade back up for them at some point, but that's probably not going to become a possibility. So I guess we'll have to see how this goes. Now it's kind of... Ooh. Two interesting 5th round talents, and Mario Eubanks and DeForest Floyd here. What about Bluffler here, a 6th round prospect? Yeah, not quite as good, but he's also a 6th rounder. Let's look at some of these. There we go. Definitely gonna want to make the line as good as possible, as fast as possible. Well, I think with 2 wins under our belt, believe 7 touchdowns to 1 turnover for Lamar Jackson so far this year. No touchdowns for Saquon Barkley, but he is not necessarily doing badly. Obviously, he is. He's doing very well. Just is having a little difficulty finding that first touchdown. Sorry, got a little distracted there for a moment. But I think this will do it for this week's episode. Or not this week. This time's episode. And I will possibly put up another one today. I'm not 100% sure yet. To anyone who watches, I hope I interest you enough to get a like and a subscribe. Maybe tell a friend or two. Keep watching. If I don't get another video out today, I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.